stars. Sicko Gilgo Beach police chief who botched serial killer probe, quote, giggled while watching stuff film, says victim's lawyer. Ex-Suffolk County Police Chief John Burke allegedly giggled while watching a stuff film with other officers. This is crazy. What would Freud say about it? My goodness. The disgraced police chief accused of botching an early investigation into the Long Island serial unaliver allegedly giggled while watching a stuff film with other officers. Sources have learned in the latest development to come after ex-Suffolk County Police Chief James Burke, 59, was arrested last week on suspicion of soliciting a SMEGS worker. Really an undercover Parks Department employee, a male. A lawyer representing the family of two Gilgo Beach victims claimed Burke laughed while watching a video of someone's unaliving. For investigative purposes, this was done in a group, apparently. According to attorney John Ray, who is representing the families of unaliving victims Shannon Gilbert and Jessica Taylor, Burke, quote, giggled while watching the stuff film shortly after Gilbert's body was found in December 2010. You think he has a secret? And that giggle was a dog whistle to the other people who were keeping that secret with him? In my humble opinion, allegedly, for educational and entertainment purposes only. Quote, there was a showing of a stuff film in the police department, presumably for evidentiary reasons, Ray told a newspaper on Monday, while citing an unnamed source in the police department. Quote, and Burke was there, and he was giggling, unquote. The source was so offended that he left. He wouldn't stay in the room with Burke, Ray continued. Why he found that funny, I don't know. But Christopher Loeb, Tatiana Cherry's husband, by the way, Tatiana is right here on this app. Christopher Loeb also claimed to have seen child popcorn. Let's call it corn. Child corn on the discs in Burke's bag. Now, some people say the bag that Christopher Loeb got hold to from Burke's police car, they say it was a utility bag, a gym bag. Some people say it's a briefcase, duffel bag. Quote, so if he was in possession of child popcorn as well, that begs the question, did he have any connection to Rex Heuermann? Unquote. These are published reports that I am reading from. As previously reported, Burke, who was hired as the police chief of Suffolk County in 2011, first came under fire in 2012 after he beat up a heroin addict named Christopher Loeb after Loeb allegedly stole a bag of Smecks toys and corn DVDs from Burke's patrol car. Remember the days when people would author their own DVDs, make copies? Burke was accused of botching the FBI's initial investigation into the Gilgo Beach unalivings because the agency was also investigating the incident involving Burke and Loeb. Quote, Burke never wanted us involved in the Gilgo Beach case because he knew we were investigating him, unquote, one FBI source said in 2015. Burke ultimately resigned as Suffolk County Police Chief in October 2015 following the controversy. Oh yes, with full pension, $140K a year. This is the highest paid police department in the country. Why is that? What kind of back scratching and reward system exists in that area, especially when people are perhaps getting their hands dirty behind the scenes, in private, in big posh houses, by the beach, allegedly, in my humble opinion, for entertainment and educational purposes only. Burke was sentenced to 46 months in prison in 2016 for his attack on Loeb and the subsequent cover-up. The disgraced ex-police chief was then arrested last week after he attempted to solicit Smegdual favors from an undercover ranger at the Suffolk County Vietnam Veterans Memorial Park in Selden, nicknamed Pickle Park. Burke was charged with offering a Smegs Act, public lewdness, indecent exposure, and criminal solicitation. Additional charges against the disgraced police chief are reportedly pending. Well, it's about time. I hope the brother, who's the commissioner now, has gotten things, moving and will get them straight. Meanwhile, sources involved in the Gilgo Beach unalivings and suspect Rex Heuermann have questioned whether Burke and Heuermann were in some way connected. People do talk about a ring. Heuermann was arrested last month with great pomp and circumstance and details about police crust. What is it? About pizza crust and this and that. It just begs the question. Is Rex Heuermann some kind of patsy? Right? Heuermann was arrested in connection to the unalivings of Melissa Barthelemy, Megan Waterman, and Amber Lynn Costello. Barthelemy, Waterman, and Costello were just 3 of the 11 victims in a long, unsolved string of unalivings known as the Gilgo Beach unalivings. Heuermann remains the prime suspect in the disappearance and death. Heuermann remains the main suspect in the disappearance and unaliving of another victim named Maureen Brainerd Barnes. There are also investigations going on in Las Vegas and South Carolina. What do you think is the story? And 4 out of 11, the math is not mathing. What about the other 7, including the Asian man dressed in lady clothing? What's really going on? Suffolk County, we need answers. Let me know what you think in the comments, stitches, and duets. Too much.